Hello everybody and welcome back. If you are new to the channel or don't remember, my name's Phil, and at the moment we are trying to put this Range Rover Classic, which is found in a forest, back together. Now you might notice that I am not wearing overalls and everything because I'm not here to do some work at the moment. What I am here to do is try to work out whether I have made a grave mistake by accepting a challenge to put this Range Rover Classic back on the road before Christmas. So while having a conversation with Billy, who owns this, he was talking about how long it'll take, and I might have stupidly said I could have it done for Christmas. Not the bodywork, I might add. Everything mechanical and all of the welding, all of the new metal, so it could pass its roadworthy test. And then we can worry about the bodywork after that point. And I think I might have slightly overestimated what I can get done in that time. What do you actually think? Bear in mind, this is not a full-time job. I am not here doing that all day, every day. I have other stuff I need to do. This is literally a hobby. That's the idea behind this. I'm trying to show people that you too, as a hobby, can put these things back together if you see one cheaply. I mean, I think that must have been, when that was found at the forest, must have been the cheapest Range Rover Classic in Europe, for a good reason. But let's see if I can get that sorted before Christmas. Always like a deadline, always like a challenge. Love to hear what you think about whether I'm going to manage that in the comments, because that is everything mechanical, running properly, emissions, brakes, all the welding, and of course put back together so it's no sharp edges and actually a safe vehicle, even if it does look a bit rough around the edges. We shall see. Because it is only 4 to 6 weeks until Christmas. Yes, something like that, and that's a scary thought. I do need to start thinking about the next project, because parts need to start getting ordered for that and collected, because they're not all instant and overnight anymore. So I'm asking you at home what you think the next project should be, because once that's roadworthy, it's going to have to go to one side for a little bit, as the bodywork is not necessarily what I will be doing, and that should certainly wait for a slightly warmer time. So what do you think my next project should be? Because I've got quite a few. There is the Little One series, not much of a project really, if you look at it from that sort of distance. I mean, it's a daily driver, it's on the road. It is nicknamed Frankenstein's Monster because this has been in a hedge more times than me and a staff night out. It is a little bit rough around the edges, poor thing. So the bumper's mullered, it's all sorts of bits and pieces. There are scratches. It's had a life, you know, bits like here. The wheels, well, even go into what sort of state they're in. You know, it's had a little bit of a life. It doesn't like starting in the cold. It's done 174,000 miles now. But it's a cute little car that's really quite fun to drive and quite fast. But it's just so many little bits around the edges, all these small things which mean it's either going to be driven until the end of its days as it is, or it could feel a bit of love now, but that's up to, really, us and you. Home, where the rest of the projects all are lying around. So let me show you the one that really is the probably thing I think should be the next project, if you like it. Here is, how long have I had this? 11 years? This is a really kind of serious project because this is a complete strip rebuild, both mechanically and internally and externally. This was a daily use. My little V-dub surf wagon. I am from Cornwall originally. This now I think needs a complete engine rebuild. It has now been beaten around with no care for a serious amount of time. Obviously it's here kind of going green and rusty. I mean, there isn't a straight panel on it. It's got some serious rust around the windscreen, which these all do. And, well, it doesn't even start. This died in the driveway. And I'm thinking it's probably catastrophic. So, it's either a scrap van or it's a great project, and it would be completely different from a Land Rover, which would be quite helpful. But I don't even know where this would go for, where we'd even start with this, apart from engine out and then start working everything. And whether it be a full camper conversion, day van, bit of fun. But that I'll do the bodywork and paint that, because that's a flat colour, so it doesn't matter. Not the same as the metallic on Billy's Range Rover. So, I suppose this is an option for the next project as well. So I do like the idea of the van. The 1 Series and actually this needs a bit of work, but this is more routine maintenance. This needs some shocks and to make lots of electronics work, because it's a Jaguar Land Rover product, so it doesn't. And I'm not short of other cars to play with. This is a good project. What do you think? Because I need to make this work. So this was a daily driver. This replaced the van as a daily driver, and at one point I would have gone around the world in this. Not so much anymore. It starts, it runs mechanically. It is quite good. I've done a gearbox in this, but electronically, not so much, and now bodywork. So I've done all sorts of things to try to make the suspension work. It's currently upright, but for how long I don't know. As is always with these, there's rust on both rear quarters there at the bumper. The tailgate is a bit ruined underneath here. Roof lining's sagging. Every single... Oh, yeah, this rear quarter, there's rust in there. There's dents in there, and that's flat and needs painting. There's a dent on the roof from a ladder. Half the dash, everything else is out, because I'm trying to make it work, because it's sat around for so long. What do you think of that? So this is a 2003 3-litre straight 6 diesel. It's the BMW engine. It's had a gearbox. Mechanically, it's okay. I actually sold it. The person, I ended up buying it back after the person had it. He'd left it with the window ever slightly open. Everything inside was mouldy and damp. It's not great either anymore. It's been blowing computer boxes all over the shop, and it's very rough around the edges. These are starting to get really quite sought after, and this is an early one. What I'd like to do is actually go through all of the things because that are a difficulty on these, because they are known for all sorts of problems. So I'd like to put the second battery in it, as it was actually designed for, before BMW bought Land Rover and said, no, I don't want to do that, I want to save money. There's all sorts of things on these, and not only would I like to fix on it, I would like to improve on it, because I actually really like those. But I don't want to necessarily jump straight from a Range Rover to another Range Rover, unless that's what you at home want to do. And so I'm just asking for your opinions, bit of help from you in steering a decision, because I do have to start ordering parts, because we're in rural France and lots of stuff doesn't arrive very quickly, and I need to start getting them bit by bit so we can start ploughing through a project, because there's nothing worse than starting and then you have to wait for parts. So I would love to hear in the comments from you what you think the next main project should be, and what you think the side projects will be, because sometimes we'll have to wait for parts and we can get on with one of the ones that needs less work. What do you think? Please let me know in the comments. I hope it's the van. I do. I hope you all think it's the van. But you let me know. And let me know if you think it's an absolute ludicrous task to try to get the Range Rover Classic on the road before Christmas. Either way, thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye now.